All right, welcome to the Friday night hangout. We do this Mondays and Fridays, 7 o'clock, 7 to 9, and normally there's an after party. The link is posted on At the Bench. You have to be a member of Stunt Hangar, but a current supporter of Stunt Hangar as well in order to see that link. Due to the rising cost of everything, I just had to do that. And so come on in and join our little party. We get, like I say, we get together Mondays and Fridays. And tonight I'm going to work on my Continental some. I'm going to paint the white anyway on the stabilizer. I'm down to 2 weeks before this has got to be ready to go. Let's see, are we running? Yeah. Cloudy, California. Oh, great. Well, it's pretty crappy here. Been kind of rainy and shitty. I worked on the trailer again a little bit today. I think I am going to finish off that part, but before I do anything else, I'm going to get this project done and get these tanks finished up, because those are obligations. The trailer, I can, you know, I'm not obligated to anybody for that. And once again, if we don't get anybody in a half an hour, I'll just end the meeting. Well, we got Gary.
Yes, I am here.
You be here, huh?
I'm here.
Well, that's good. That is good.
Thumbs up. That
We get some thumbs up.
I give a thumbs up.
Oh,
Are you saying something?
no,
Oh, okay. Because I couldn't hear you. I didn't know whether I lost your sound or not.
nope, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. Just checking.
Well,
Yeah, as I mentioned the other night, I think just before you signed off or something, I just wondered if that underneath there might have been a place when you was cleaning it off the last time. Maybe you just didn't get it that clean on that right in that area.
no,
Uh,
no,
okay.
no. That
Was that it? soak in better than if you clean it off.
The
Yeah,
nitro the nitro loosened the paint up all the way down to the silk span on this side. I think this tank's leaking. So I got to get to that. I'll do that tomorrow.
I see.
And I just sprayed it back, and the underside here caught it because that's where
That's what exhaust is.
let's see. Yep.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. No, oh, this side here. Yeah.
yeah.
Just,
Okay.
perfect line of the tank.
Okay. Just
And when I flew this at the Nats, I was running 15% nitro. And
yeah.
that's,
Mhm.
go ahead.
We used to use that, but hot fuel proofer they had or something back in the days.
Yeah, it don't work.
Yeah,
That's the Aerogloss days.
yeah.
This is Randolph.
Well, sitting on it all that time probably, don't help in matters any. Let's say soak in. Yeah,
No, it hung on the wall for 5 years.
yeah.
I didn't take it out and play with it because I got so many airplanes that I can play with. This airplane does fly good because it's in the 40-ounce range, I think, or maybe it's high 40s. It ain't low 40s, but maybe 50s. I don't remember. I'll weigh it up when I get it all done.
Mike Simmons says hello from cloudy California.
Yeah, I saw that.
You see that? Okay.
I still haven't got Bob Hunt's peanuts mailed off to him. I'm hoping that he's going to have. He don't need them right now, so I'm hoping that he's going to have somebody go to Brodak, and I'll just hand them to him or somebody. I'm not very happy with the AMA. I'll tell you that right now. I called in to pay my camping fees and my registration for Classic, which should have been $45. Well, I'm volunteering. I'm judging. They charge me to enter the nets, $130, and I can't get them to reverse the charges. So I'm going to just charge it back on MasterCard. I don't know. My whole life, I get hosed every which way I look. I tell you what really gripes me is when I go to a steakhouse, there's not one steak that they can make right.
Oh, yeah.
Ask for medium rare, get well done.
Ah, yeah. Hmm.
It's like nobody cares anymore about anything. Did you hear the 101-year-old veteran sing "America the Beautiful"?
Yeah.
Wasn't that cool? He wasn't that good, but wasn't it
But
cool?
yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame. My dad said that this was coming. All this nonsense.
Yeah. It's not like it used to be.
They better figure out how to get it back to the way it used to be, or there's going to be big time problems. I like watching those YouTube videos where they show how dumb college kids are. How many states are
Oh,
there?
yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. Yeah.
Is Texas a state or a country?
Mhm.
Not very bright. How old are you, Gary? Are you 80 yet?
I'm 83.
83.
Yeah. Just turned 83 in April.
So you're not a boomer then, are you? What year were you born?
Well, 43, right at the end of the war there.
You're not.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's 43 is the beginning. I don't know what they call your generation. I think boomers are
Yeah.
45 to 69 or 65,
Something like that.
right after the end of the war in 45 up until 1969, I think. But it's our generation, the boomer generation, that screwed this up. They didn't discipline their kids. Let them run amok.
Yeah. But you don't want to give them any problems. You know, it's the ones that's not doing anything wrong. They're the problem.
What I can't
Hey,
believe
they got it
is
all messed up.
what I can't believe is when we were kids, we didn't have any supervision. None. We didn't die. They'd say, it's daytime, go outside and play, come back when the lights are on. The
Yeah.
street lights come on. You're still here? I'll find something for you to do. No, that's okay. We're gone.
Yeah.
Now the kids are hovered over, which is our generation's kids. That war generation truly was the greatest generation.
See, John Miller just turned 83 too. So we're about the same age there. Real close.
I think Gordon Delaney's right in there too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think Bob Hunt might be in there too somewhere.
Um,
Maybe not.
I don't think he's quite that old yet. I think he's still in his, I don't know, he's hit 70 yet or not. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's past 70.
Is he
Well, yeah,
70? Well,
I'm past 70. So
oh,
Hunt,
okay.
Hunt is,
78, you think?
he might be there.
Like, well, we can't stop it. We just got to keep going on.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative. Okay, so I think this is going to work. I hope. I just need to get some white on this, and when somebody else comes in, I'll turn it over to you, and I'm going to go in the other room and cut out some squares and get this thing checked out. I'd like to get it cleared tomorrow. If the humidity holds up. Today was humid. Right now it's 70-70, meaning it's 70% humidity and 70 degrees temperature. I believe the ambient difference with some retarder will be all right. Normally I like to paint in 40% humidity, but I got to do what I got to do. Hard to believe the best time to paint is when it's snowing,
Hmm.
because that's 100% humidity. But the temperature's down so far, that I can't remember what they call that, the difference between the two. But I'll guarantee you, if it's 100 degrees out and 100% humidity, you got blush. It looks like.
Oh,
Okay. Hope Ed comes on tonight.
I do too. January Sports. Hello, peoples.
Yo.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Yo.
Roy Lane. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Light given. Steve Berry, hi everybody, and Raybo, 1946 to 1946 to 1964 is the baby boomers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then after the baby boomers comes Generation Moron. Yep, Generation Moron. When I was at Devers, one of the tests that Jerry would give was a tape measure, test. If I have a half inch and a quarter inch, how much do I have? And you'd be surprised how many people couldn't pass that. Half inch and a 16th. What is that? Of course, that's also why I saw truck bodies built 3 inches out of square. Okay, great. I cleaned the damn thing up. Hmm.
Well, do you remember that the plane that the side blew out on it? We were going to Hawaii, and the pilot landed it.
The jet blue?
I don't know what it was, first the plane, but
I thought they were
but,
headed to Japan, but okay, whatever. What happened?
well, anyway, he the pilot graduated with me in high school.
You went to school with him?
Yeah, yeah, he was in my class. Yeah, yeah, it blew at the side, but he got her landed there in Hawaii. So
Yeah, I hate when this happens.
if you had that on your paint stand, wouldn't that make it easier for you to paint?
Yeah, if the room was clean.
Yeah, yeah, that way, because some of it looks like it's kind of awkward the way painting it. If you had it on your stand, it might be a little easier to get to.
I've painted so many airplanes like this, it don't matter.
It don't matter. Okay. Right. Like you say, you got to do what you got to do. So I painted all mine with brush, dope and brush.
That's how they used to do it.
Yeah.
There's an art to it. Hmm. Painted with brush long, long time ago.
Yeah.
But ever since getting spray equipment, I never looked back. This thing is clogged solid. I don't understand it because I cleaned it out before I put it up. I guess I didn't clean it good enough.
Had a lot of rain down our area, and the rivers are up, and lakes are up, and flooding, and
We had rain today. There we go. She's just starting work now. Of course, this is a detail airbrush. I don't know why I'm painting, trying to do a big area with this, but there it is. There it is. Okay. Yep. Got her now. Yeah, I painted many an airplane with a paintbrush. Got to have a good brush for it.
yeah.
Believe it or not, I painted many airplanes with spray cans. Aerogloss used to sell spray cans. If I pull that out, if I get a better spray. Still there, Gary?
Yeah, I'm still here. And-
There we go. We got some paint coming out of it now.
All right. I was thinking who's going to come in here.
What's that?
I was wondering who's going to come in next here.
I don't know. Pretty slow night. Pretty slow.
Thought I heard something, but might have been just you. Well,
Oh yeah, it's always me.
so I don't see anything else coming in yet. So
I'll let it dry for a minute. This thing don't put on much paint. Not much. I said never once on my stream. I said never touch up with a paintbrush, but I'm going to touch up with a
oh,
paintbrush.
I I thought that the other night. I said, why don't we just take it on your blue along the side? I said, why don't we just take a little paintbrush there? And just as I said that, you said you never use a paintbrush. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can tell that it was brushed on. But right here where there's a little chip out of this checkerboard here. I'm just going to dot it on there, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I might fly this in just regular stunt at Brodax. I'll fly it in two events, classic and regular stunt. And I'll bring Simply Blues for, or
Back up.
maybe, huh?
Back up.
Yeah, back up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught it last night, but I came on late. I had a case of the hiccups that lasted over a half hour.
Oh, really? Yeah. I heard you say that. About the hiccups. Yeah. That's something. Yeah. Once in a while you get them. My gosh, you can't get rid of them.
Not yet. Come on, guys. Come on in.
Yeah. We won't bite.
I opened up the can of Aerogloss to get the old time smell in the shop. This can is down to here, and I have never painted with it. It's just from opening and closing it, evaporation.
Mhm.
Oh, you paint? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
My mother would get so upset. Yeah, that shit stinks. It smells exactly like fingernail polish remover, Mom.
yeah,
But I've got to say that my folks were really supportive of my hobby.
yeah, mine was too.
I remember my first kit and I never finished it. I don't remember how old I was. I think I was 7. It was a Gallows P40, stick and tissue
Yeah,
model. And the wood was so tough. It was like cutting pine. And we didn't have Exactos then. We had double-edged razor blade, and you break them in half, and you take the matchbook and you take all the matches out of the book, and then take its spine and stick it in there and cut it with a.
mm,
That, God, that was tough. It was tough.
yeah, yeah. I think we used some one edge razor blades too, didn't we? Where the one edge is already crimped with something, so
Yeah,
you used it a lot to
I
use.
I didn't have them. I had double edge, and I had a Solingen plane, and I got one. Somebody sent me that plane, and that thing ain't. I thought it was great back then. That thing ain't worth a damn. Shows you how bad your memories are.
Yeah,
Because I got 3 master air screw planes, and I can just zip that shit right off with it. But that Solingen plane, it's like using a block plane, big old lumber plane.
you ever had those little? I think they called them log planes or something. Little cubs, where it's solid wood for the fuselage and they have a little bit of a cutout in them.
Oh, you mean a log airplane?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
little. That's what I usually flew for 49. So
those were
it's,
scientific kits.
yeah, yeah.
Where I really screwed up, and Dennis Adamation can attest to it. Several years back at Brodax, there was a guy giving away old time airplanes. It was a log airplane, but it was a big one. And I
Uh-huh.
said, nah, I don't want to mess with it. I should have took. I think it was a Fireball or Fire Baby or whatever the heck it was. You know, 36-inch wingspan type deal. I should have took the darn thing and built it, but I didn't. You think you'll be able to tell that I repaired this when you see it, Gary?
Oh, I doubt it. I doubt it. You'd really have to look hard, probably, in order to try to
Here we
tell
go. Here comes
determine it.
Bob.
Yay. There he goes.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi.
what is that red airplane over your left shoulder there?
It's like an ongoing joke.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you're not going your Brodex, right?
No.
But one of them, I can't remember the guy's name, is going to Brodex. It's not, is it Tom Luciano? Is he going?
No, I don't. He may be going. I'm not sure, but Rick Campbell's going.
Okay, I'm going to give them T-nuts to him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, just have him see me and
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Saves you $1 in postage.
well, yeah. It's not the postage, it's the time and the hassle.
I'm just being facetious. If
How you
anybody else
feeling?
I'm waiting for somebody else, more guys to show up if they're going to show up, because I got a big surprise to show you.
Mhm. So how you feeling?
Big surprise.
That means you got that big airplane in paint.
No, but it's going into sealer next week. I got it almost ready to go to sealer. I'm just doing some hinging, and I made something else I could show tonight is I made the shoe to go in there to hold it on the rotisserie for painting. I make a shoe that fits into the battery hold down.
That is a problem with electric airplanes to get them in the.
It's really not. If you use the hold down is for the battery already in there, you can use it for the same thing. If you design it properly,
Yeah, well, I'll have to see it.
I can show that in a little while. I got a much bigger surprise. Much bigger surprise.
Big pile of wood.
Actually, that's not the surprise, but I do have a big pile of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a huge box of wood that's all 90% of it's quarter grain, and it's 4 to 6, some 7-pound stock. 95% of it's quarter grain, and I got a huge box of it. And the prices on it, 3 by 36 by 16th, 18 to 22 cents a piece.
Yeah.
What year was that from?
That would be probably around 1970 something, because I got
a lot earlier than that.
I got some 23-cent SIG stuff up in the rack. I know came from the 70s.
Really? Because this stuff, I think a lot of it came from like the early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
If I dug around there, I could pull out a piece of, but it's 16th by 3 by 36. 23 cents, because I remember seeing it up there.
Huh. I remember going to a hobby shop when I was a kid, getting tester's wood.
Oh, yeah.
A piece of it, 16th by 3 by 36 was like 12 cents.
How about Pactra? You remember Pactra wood?
Yeah, it was a little later on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Midwest, of course, you could build a house with Midwest wood.
We used to go to, I would paint signs, paint numbers on the curbs for people at $5 a throw.
Oh, yeah?
While everybody was mowing lawns, I was painting curbsides, and they were busting their ass. But we used to ride our bicycle to Ed's Covina Hobby, and we'd go in the back. Rob and I would go in the back, and you take your fingernail, and we put a little fingernail mark in the thing.
Tell them it was damaged.
No, just to see how soft it was.
Okay.
Because we didn't have scale, didn't really know about scales. We knew about soft wood because it was, you were easier to work with. And Ed would pull his glasses down and he'd look over the counter and said, "You boys ain't back there putting thumbnails in that wood again, are you?"
That's funny. I remember a hobby shop we had in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which right across the street from where I was born. I was born in an old house that was converted to a hospital. It was an old Victorian house, and it was right across the street from Cleto's Hobby Shop, where Red and Larry and George Lieb and all these famous flyers used to go to get their stuff. And he was a cantankerous old guy, and he had wood in a bin behind the counter, And if you asked for a piece of 16th, he wouldn't let you go through the stack and pick out what you wanted. You got the sheet off the top. You want a piece of 16th, you're taking this one or you're taking nothing. He was cantankerous.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he was very cantankerous to everybody, except even my father and myself and everybody, all the members of the union club. He was very cantankerous. And well, one day Red went in there and took a piece of music wire. The guy had this glass countertop, and Red put the piece of music wire in the countertop, put his finger over it, and then twanged it, and then started pulling it under his finger until the resonance frequency hit the same resonance frequency as the glass, and it shattered the glass. It broke the glass.
Yeah, I bet he was happy.
Kicked him out. He was banned from the hobby shop forever. So, and then my step grandfather, my grandmother's second husband, he was quite wealthy. His name was E.J. Handler, and he owned a company that made dental equipment and jewelry polishing equipment. He was quite wealthy, and he kind of took me under his wing as his buddy, and he would take me down there and buy me, $50, $60, which was like $300 or $500 or $600 today. This was back in the 50s.
Right.
He'd take me in there and buy me stuff, and then the next time we walked in, old Cleto was all happy to see us. He was not cantankerous anymore because he knew he was going to make some money. Funny guy.
Yeah, you mentioned $50 or $60, being 500. I remember going to McDonald's and getting $1 from my mom. This is back when they first opened. You get 2 hamburgers, an order of fries, a strawberry malt, and still have money left over to ride the big slide.
Yeah, that was probably around 63 or 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 60s.
Yeah, I remember going to the first McDonald's in our area too. Same thing.
A buck. Shit. Now you can't get out of there for $10.
Oh yeah, I mean even more. A Egg McMuffin is now here at $7.59 for an Egg McMuffin.
They'd be eating them themselves.
Yeah, they're hurting actually. People aren't going there anymore. Well, I'm surprised nobody's on tonight.
Yeah, we are too.
Come on, people watching, get on.
I guess this has lost its luster, that nobody wants to participate anymore.
Yeah. All good things come to an end, Sparky.
Yeah.
Even that red airplane over my shoulder.
Yeah.
So how you feeling today?
Better. Thank you for asking.
Actually,
I had epidural shots 2 weeks ago, this past Tuesday, and the doctor told me it would take. It always does take about 2 weeks. I've had them several times, and in the last couple of days, I've gotten a lot of mobility back without pain. A little bit of pain, but not like I had. And I'm very hopeful now that I can do some flying, which means that in a best case scenario, Sparky, I might show up at Brodax. We'll see. I know this Rick Campbell's going out. I might throw the Caprice in the car with him and come out with him. We'll see. Hi, Ed.
Evening.
Got one more on here. One more on, not one more on.
I can't hear you.
Turn up your mic or turn up your speakers.
I'm glad he
I
didn't
got
hear
my
that.
audio. Got my video.
Can you hear us now?
We hear you.
yeah, loud and clear.
Oh.
Push the wrong button.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one more on, not one more on. Right. It's funny.
Is Texas a state or a country?
This. Here he comes. He's in
Can you
there.
hear us now?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I made a
Okay.
joke. I said we have one more on, not one more on. But one more on.
I'm only here for a short time. I got an early 30 wake up there and that I get out to the field for our flying tomorrow and stuff. But
They got water on the field. down there?
Water?
Because the river's
We have
way up.
bottled water. Bottled water.
The river's up. I just wondered if it's low enough to. I
Oh,
don't think it's low.
we would have gotten a flood watch thing
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. Mark cut grass and swept it today
Okay.
and that. So yeah. But I was outside with the dogs listening a little bit, hearing about your schoolmate there. How interesting that was.
Yeah.
On that 737 that wanted to doggone blow itself apart there. You know what caused that, right? Well, every time you pressurize and depressurize, you're expanding like a tin can, and then you're contracting, expanding, contracting. That thing had so many cycles on it that it developed some cracks, and then it was just like a zippered it back and stuff. So that was amazing.
Is that what happened to that one out in Hawaii where the top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what we were talking about. Gary's schoolmate was the pilot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But Jim Shortensteimer, I think his name was.
Wow.
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
Working rivets.
Yep.
It unzipped itself from working rivets.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So I wanted to get on real quick and just I had some thoughts about the wing design that we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about how it goes out so far and then starts to taper, here's my thoughts on it. Is for as light as the aircraft is, you only need so much wing design towards the center for lift to get your high lift there. If you have the same thickness going all the way out, you got a lot of drag. And because once you go past so much angle of attack, that shape of the rib means nothing. So I think it's more of the center portion, or the center towards the fuselage is your lifting capability, and the rest of that stuff out there is drag. So let's not make it smaller than the rest of it. That was my 2 cents thinking about it.
I know that the Sharks and stuff, some of those European airplanes and Chirata airplanes, they're very thick at the center and they taper down to very thin tips.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all drag out there.
Yeah.
That's what we was talking about.
Yeah.
They stay real thick,
Yep.
about the same thickness of till midpoint of the wing, and then they taper down.
Yeah, and that's your lift.
But they don't do it in a straight line. They do it in an arc.
Yep. It's a curve.
You couldn't build an airplane like that out of wood, I don't think.
Be difficult.
Yeah.
It'd have to be molded.
But like I say, when you look at the rib profile, that's where you're getting your lift. But once you go past so much angle of attack, it's not doing any lift for you. Everything now is going to be drag. So my 2 cents.
How old are you, Bob?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 78.
78. Okay.
And Billy is 80 something?
Billy's 84, I believe. Hey, there's Jim.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm well, actually a lot better. Things are going better.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Had epidural shots and they're starting to kick in. I'm getting around a little bit. I'm not perfect, but I think I can fly now. I asked the doctor, I said, could I play piano? He says, I don't see why not. I said, well, that's funny. I never could before.
Yeah.
I have a story that goes along with that. I'll tell you sometime.
What's that?
Oh, I have a related story. I can tell you.
Well, I got enough people on now. I got a big surprise. So I'm going to be back in a minute. and
All right.
take you over to another bench, but we'll be right.
Yeah. Hey, Howard, I owe you a message and thank you so much. That's great reading and
Oh,
stuff.
you're welcome.
I've got a few photos that I got to dig up that I want to show you, and I've just been sidetracked with other things, but you are on my list,
Groovy. Thank you.
and that was great. Nice to see, and that.
Hey, Ed, we were talking about going to Brodax and saving my spot for me. I'm thinking about having you do that. What day can you go?
Well, I was looking at Thursday or Friday. What date would work for best?
Whenever,
What day should I go?
earliest as possible.
Okay.
And you know which one is my spot, right?
Well, you go up there by the tree and leave a spot there to walk past the tree
Yeah,
and right there.
yeah. You got to
Well,
leave
when I
enough.
get there, I'll just do a call with you and FaceTime.
Okay, and you got to leave enough room for the people to walk past my tent,
Right.
and the mower to go down that way.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But-
once again, I'll put something there and then I will FaceTime you and you tell me otherwise.
All right, and
Yeah.
when I get there, I'll FaceTime you back and say I'm taking it down and moving it or whatever.
Well, I'm taking 2 tents and I'll put one for me in case I need it somewhere. I have no idea where I'm going to put it. But that one that will be there, you'll just have to take it down.
Yeah,
And
Joe, he camps right next to me, towards the
Okay.
street. Right, so whatever.
so I want me to put both tents right there then?
I guess, but Joe's gonna take your tent.
Well, I know, but that's okay. It's
Okay.
just to save you guys the spot.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay.
We're at Brodax having fun. How can you be 2 tents?
Yeah, we're
That's
four.
So what day should I be there by?
Thursday, probably. I mean,
Okay. And
I usually get there a couple of days ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be able to this year because Steve and I are going together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
be there Friday.
Let me look at this. Thursday would be the
10th,
11th.
11th.
Yeah, so it looks like. Yeah, if Monday is the 1st, it would be the 11th.
Okay.
So I will plan on the 10th or the 11th at the latest,
All right.
which will be good because I got a bunch of stuff I want to take up there anyway.
All right, Bob, you're up.
You ready?
Yep.
You guys are
Roll them.
I hope you find this to be a treat because to me, it's one of the most important things in my life.
Uh-huh.
The Blue Angel, Larry Scarinzi's Blue Angel.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
That's being transported by me to the AMA Museum, where we're going to have an acceptance ceremony one night at the Nationals. That's going to go in. That's going to go in. Howard, you'll find that interesting, I'm sure.
I seen that fly.
Well, you've seen one of them for sure. That's the one that was in the magazine article. He's got about 30 of them, so you've seen one of them. And then also,
Uh-huh.
What's that?
the Sky Devil from 1956, I believe, or 57.
Finish on that Blue Angel looked great.
It looks like it was buffed out yesterday. It could sit on the front row at this Nationals right now.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Yep.
And how much I revere Larry, because I've known Larry since I was born. And he and Red used to play with me on the floor of my parents' house when I was 18. No, when I was 2 years old. So I've known him my whole life. And we were able to get Bernadette, his daughter, to relinquish this to go into the museum. So we're very happy about that.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Groovy.
That's very, very important to me.
It's got a motor in it that looks like it would run.
It's got the Fox 59 that was in it. You want to hear the story about this? This is a short story. Larry and a guy named Barry Simmons was a senior flyer. And just about a month before the Nationals, actually about 3 weeks before the Nationals, decided they wanted to go to the Nationals and fly stunt. And Barry wanted to fly in senior, Larry wanted to fly in open. Neither one of them had an airplane designed or built. And in 3 weeks, he built the airplane you just saw. And Barry built his also. And Barry crashed his just before they were due to leave. And they spent the last night piecing it all back together. Couldn't fix the finish, but they got it pieced back together. And ultimately, Barry won senior that year with that airplane. Larry flew this one in open. And the winner that year was Solhavy. And second place was Mario Rondinelli with the Venus. And Larry was third. And Larry tells the story that when he was flying his last flight, this high-scoring flight, it was very hot down there, very hot. And the engine went lean, and he was afraid it was going to go run over. So instead of flying level, like everybody's been told to do, so you take load off the airplane and engine runs richer and burns more fuel, Larry didn't think that was going to work. So he flew right at the top of the circle, little tiny loops at the top of the circle, and he was trying to overheat it and seize it, which he did. And doing so, he blew the head gasket. The airplane glided down and landed just before it went overtime, and he got third place. And that was the 17th flight on the airplane, and it never flew again.
Wow.
True story.
Jeez.
This airplane has 17 total flights on it. The last one was third place flight at the Nats in 1964. And it looks that good today. That's almost not believable.
Yeah.
So
if that's the case, then was it silk or silk span?
That's silk span, but Larry was very famous for being able to treat the dope he used, which was not dope any of you probably ever heard of. It was made in Union. It was a chemical company in Union that was about, and Howard's been there, who are the ESNA field, the elastic stop knot field. Remember that field, Howard?
Yep.
Well, right off the west end of the field was a highway, and across that highway was a Type 9 chemical company. And they made the dope that's on that airplane. And he plasticized it with castor oil. He was real famous for using castor oil to plasticize his dope. And that airplane has held up like it's brand new over all these years.
Pretty cool.
Reason why I was asking, because I've got a Top Flight Taurus RC. And I was talking with Mark Radcliffe, and it's like, we never used any primer and stuff back then. We just did dope and paint and stuff. So
yeah,
that really looked, the finish on that was amazing. So
well, he probably used talcum powder and dope as a filler. That's what we all used back then. Several coats of clear, then took dope and put talcum powder and a shot of blue in it so that it would have the hue that he wanted. Spray it on the airplane and then block sand it till it's almost all gone, and then shoot the blue over that, and then the clear, and then buff it out. This was all done with dope. I got one more airplane to show you, actually. I purchased this one from the Scarinzi family because I wanted to have one for myself. Make us big again, if you would, Spark. All right, here we go. That is an airplane called the Super Flapper.
Yeah.
50% flaps.
Yeah, about half the wing is flap. He had another one called the Jolly Flapper, which was a half A version of this. And this thing is also, this was from about 1964 or 5, and it looks brand new. So I get to keep that one. So that's my show and
Yeah.
tell.
Right.
Well, did the Bearcat fly, Mark?
Yes, it does.
Oh, great. How's it fly?
Really nice.
Did you just come on, Mark?
Yeah.
Did you get to see the Blue Angel?
No, I didn't. I'll go back and look at the replay.
Okay. I'll show it again in a minute if you want. So how many flights you have on the Bearcat?
3.
Hmm.
So I went out this morning to the school because school's out now.
Police didn't come and watch?
What's that, Spark?
The police didn't come and watch?
No, they don't bother me at this school. This is way up in north end of town, and this is a soccer field, and to the left there's a football field, and beyond that is a long slope down to the Poudre River, some kind of nature preserve or something. And their nearest houses are pretty far away. So I've only ever had one problem with this site in 20 some years of flying here. So the trouble is that you can't fly there when school's in session. And then a lot of times on weekends, there's a cricket team, cricket league that plays games there.
Cricketing.
And they came one day and they said, "Oh, you could keep flying, No, thank you. I don't want you hitting the ball over in my airplane." Anyway,
You would think that a cricket team would need that whole field. The crickets are so small.
well, here's after the last
Bob's
flight.
in good form tonight.
I hang around with you too much, Howard.
Anyway, this strip back here is a cricket pitch. And so
Right.
the pitcher stays here and the batter's back there, and they hit the balls this way. So I don't try to fly when the cricket guys are around. Anyway, it flies really well. It tracks really well. I did all the adjustable things like I had on my previous Bearcat because it was flying pretty well when it crashed. And I really didn't have to make any trimming adjustments this morning. I didn't even have to set the handle neutral.
Wow.
So-
Any weight change in the nose? Did you remove any weight or have to add
No,
any?
I left it just like it was, and it may be just a tad nose heavy, but it's not bad at all. And the engine quits. It glides really nicely. The grass gear works great. It lands and doesn't bounce and doesn't flip over.
That grass looks pretty deep.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
another section of the circle, but you can see, here's where I took off. This
That
is
looks,
in front of, behind me here is a soccer goal.
looks
And so
rough.
near the
Yeah, it sure
goals,
does.
oh, it isn't too bad. It was a little muddy this morning because I don't know if it rained last night or if they watered the grass, but anyway, so the soccer fields tend to have a lot shorter grass and a lot less of it near the goals. And then the picture you just saw was up here on the hill a little ways where the grass is a lot thicker. But nobody bothered me. I had an hour and a half of time just to enjoy the airplane and figure out how to fuel it up. And I almost had a panic because I went to hook up the lines and I didn't have any clips on the end of the.
Yeah.
That's one thing I had forgotten. I went through my can that I keep in my box with all kinds of spare parts, and I found 2 clips. So that was enough to get back in business. So
Very cool.
That's great.
Congratulations.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. I'm really happy with it. It tracks really well and comes out of corners really nice and doesn't bobble, and so should be fun. So that's a Bearcat report for today.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, Mark,
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask Sparky makes, I think you would like to see what I showed everybody just a few minutes ago. So Sparky will make us big again.
I gotta go, guys. Take it
Okay.
easy.
Be good.
Okay, Ed. Take
Ready
care.
for this? Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Cool.
That is the Blue Angel from '64.
So that's going to the AMA Museum.
Yep.
When?
At the Nationals, there's going to be an acceptance ceremony. Everybody's invited. Wine, cheese, and crackers, and I'll give a little short speech about the airplane. Pretty much what I just told everybody about it.
Cool. I'll be there.
But it's you can tell the finish is like the day it was built.
Wow. Yeah, Jim forgot we were I was on another teleconference last night, or Zoom conference with the judging committee for Pampa, and Jim Vagani was on there, and he built one and
Yep.
had a couple of years ago, and he crashed it.
Yep. It flew
He's
good.
building another one.
I judged that airplane in competition twice, and he flew it very, very well.
Anyway, he's built another one, and he's just trying to get it finished so he can take it to Brodax in a couple of weeks. So
I think he actually repaired the one that crashed.
oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve's got one.
Huh?
Steve's got one, looks just like it. Not as good a finish, but
Mhm. Yeah, it was from Walt Brownell. He'd made it electric. I think there's video of it flying. One of Wendy's videos, I think, is got a short section of that electric Blue Angel flying.
Electric light and blue.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, it'd be cool to see that at the Nats and see it in the museum there.
Well, there's going
Yeah.
to be 3 airplanes will be accepted. Michael Smith is normally there's a nomination process to get an airplane in. It has to be nominated, has to go through a committee and voted on it. These airplanes he felt are of such significance, he wanted them in there. He says that it doesn't have to go through that process. So it's going to be this one of the very first, well, I shouldn't say the first, but the one that was featured in the article, the Super Satan combat airplane, and his much earlier Sky Devil are all going to be accepted.
which one is Mike Smith donating?
Michael Smith?
Yeah, I thought you said Mike Smith was gonna.
Oh, not Mike Schmidt. Michael Smith. He's the curator of the museum.
Oh, okay.
I worked with him for 7 years.
I'm still a little bit unhappy with the museum because about 25 years ago, Ray Firkins refinished Bob Palmer's skyscraper.
Oh yeah.
And I helped Ray with the decals and the emblems. And it looked really nice. And I don't know what exactly transpired, but the word came back that the museum didn't think it was a significant enough airplane. So they were not interested in it.
Mm.
So Rene Berger from Switzerland had some friends over there that were involved with the Swiss Transport Museum. And they talked to him and he said, we'll take it. And they asked Palmer about it. And Palmer says, well, I made several trips to Europe and I really enjoyed it, and people were nice and had a great time. So I'd be happy with it over there. So that's the last I heard of it was went over to the Swiss Transport Museum. And as far as I know, it's still there. I don't know if it's on display or if they got it in the back room or where it is, but
Did you know it cost me $130 to judge this year?
130?
But all the contestants will make up for that. They'll give you a lot more than that.
No, I'm going to charge it back.
I only had to pay 60.
Yeah, that's what I should have paid, but they charged me 107 for camping, which is fine.
Oh, okay.
No, 130 because they thought I was going to enter. I told her I was going to judge.
Yolanda will take care of that.
Yeah, if you can get a hold of her.
Yeah.
I've left the message, but it hasn't done any good.
If you have a problem, I'll be there for the first few days at least. I may be there the whole week because one of the judges dropped out, and I'm on the drop dead judge list. One of the judges had to drop out, and I may be asked to judge. We'll see. And if I'm there early in the week, see me. I'll take you over to Yolanda, and we'll get it sorted out.
Okay.
How are you doing for appearance judges, Bob?
How's
Okay.
the weather out there? Well, not great. Well, Mark Weiss says he'll do it with me. Hopefully, Bob McDonald and or Dennis out of Meeson, or perhaps Larry Fruits. Out of those, we should be able to get what we need.
Okay, that's
And
good.
they're all, you know, McDonald and Fruits and Dennis certainly know what a good looking airplane looks like, you know. So
Are you
we'll
going
take
to be
care of
able to attend the meeting next Tuesday? Did you hear it got switched?
it. I'll be, yeah, I've got it. I talked to Mark yesterday.
Okay,
Well, I had to call Mark because Michael Smith said you have to. He asked me to coordinate with the SIG Pampa about what day we're going to have the induction ceremony for Larry's airplanes. So we were thinking about having it after the general Pampa meeting. Just have everybody walk across the street. It'll be set up and ready to go at the McCullough building, and have the induction ceremony right there.
is the
That would make too much sense. We can't do that.
is the museum open that late?
Well, they for special things like this, like when they did West Dick's Velvet, when they brought that was in the evening, and they,
Oh, okay.
you know, they'll open it for special, you know, for special occasions.
Oh, great.
It won't be a problem, and it'll be, you know.
What time was that Over St. Clair done? I don't remember. Remember they inducted that in there?
Yeah, Miss Shirley was the name.
Yeah, yeah.
They've done it for a number of airplanes, you know, another number of people's airplanes. So that's not a problem. That's all set up, you know. So we're
Well,
good.
there won't be a meeting in the AMA headquarters, will there?
A Pampa general meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, a Pampa meeting. Okay, that's not on the schedule.
Yeah, I'm
here.
thinking as long as you have the general meeting, and we'll try to keep it as short as possible so that we can just walk across the street. Everything will be set up, and we can do the induction there.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was getting that confused with the pilots meetings.
Now, this is
Oh,
they have the executive council meeting, and then right after that is the general Pampa meeting. So, you know, I'll tell Mark to move it along so we can get it. You know, some people might want to go flying after that. You know, so.
Well, it stays light till 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd like to have some people there, you know, to give this thing the proper acceptance, you know.
there's the schedule. So the Pampa meeting is 4:30 on Wednesday.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, this is very, 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 very important to me. I mean, because of Larry, been like a big brother to me my whole life, and Red, and I hope everybody takes time out to come over and see these airplanes. It's a significant airplane, especially on the East Coast. This is a legendary airplane on the East Coast. You know, all Larry's stories were amazing, and this was another amazing one. You know, the whole story of how this thing came about in less than a month.
Mhm.
So.
I was there. I saw it.
Yeah.
I think I saw it. Yeah, I was there.
It was in the 60s. If you remember the 60s, you really weren't there. I'd be happy to get this thing off my hands because if anything happens to this airplane, I'm a dead man. We're going to bubble wrap it and you know, it's going to travel in the back of my Subaru all by itself. I got Joel Costantino who's going to bring out the other two. We're going to bubble wrap those and put them in his trailer. He's in a trailer them out. So Steve, Steve,
Yes,
have you heard from Glenn Metter yet?
yes, yeah. Yes, he called me and explained what was going on, and I wish him well. I hope it works
Yeah.
out.
Me too. But do you have someone to cover for him?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yeah, we had Mike Stinson as a alternate, and
Okay.
we plugged him in
Well, put me in as another, keep me in
as
there
another alternate.
as the drop dead judge. Yeah. So just in
Okay.
case.
Yeah, in case.
So I can
Right.
stay
Yeah,
the
we're
whole
still a
week.
month and a half out.
I can stay the whole week if I have to. And
Okay.
the way my back is, by that time I might even be a lot better because the epidurals are really taking effect. What only thing is I probably have to sit down on a tall chair so I can see the maneuvers from the same perspective as the other judges.
Yeah, we can make that accommodation.
Jimmy
Sure.
Demerel did that one year.
Uh-huh.
Bring
Well,
a
I
bar
think-
stool.
When you're oh shoot, I can't. I'm drawing a blank on the name. That's terrible.
What's that?
It'll get worse.
The bear.
Gieske.
Gieske. He judged one year,
Mhm.
and
He sat
he
down.
was he had to sit down, and that
I remember
long as you
Tatfender, he used to judge and he sat down too.
long as you're
I don't wanna
consistent,
sit down
don't go
and-
up and down.
I don't want to sit down in a normal chair. I want to sit down in a chair that puts me high enough to see at the
Oh,
same.
like a director's chair.
Yeah, like a director's chair.
Oh, okay.
Who
I
put your
used to be
name
a
on the
director.
back? Yeah.
Put your name on the back. There you go.
When I left Carson's Publications and I quit flying models, just the old saying, never quit your day job. What I did to start my video production business, and at my going away party, they had this director's chair for me. It said, back, it's pretty funny. I had to sell it for milk.
Oh my. Do you know if Bob McDonald is going?
He's coming. I don't know if he's flying or if he's going to appearance point.
That's
Sure.
fine. Whenever you
Okay,
want.
because I had him as a reserve judge as well.
Mm-hmm.
He was at VSC in March and he was doing really much better than I thought he was going to be doing.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
From what I heard.
a lot better. I wouldn't count on him judging. I think he probably wants to fly again if he possibly can.
Yeah, and
Let's talk to him. He was-
absolutely fine. We actually have 12 judges right now. That's great.
Well, again, if one drops out, let me know.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And I'll judge something on the unofficial days too. Anything but classic, because I'm going to try to defend my title in classics against Gilbert there.
Ah, okay.
I can't do big boy stunt anymore, but I can do the little boy stunt.
Bob, what is
Yeah.
your what's not now, Bob Hunt, what's your shirt size?
It's between large and extra large these days. So, do the larges run large or do they run small?
I think anything nowadays runs small.
All right, so an extra large.
All right.
But listen, if you're putting me in at the last minute, don't worry about a shirt. I don't care about that.
Well, you're an appearance judge.
Well, that's true, but I didn't think the appearance judges got anything special.
I'm not sure either, but
I don't think
I'm gonna
And that's
make
okay.
sure I
I
got
got
it.
one for appearance judge.
Okay. I'll take it. Hey, listen, free clothes,
All right.
Yeah, you better get a size up because I got a medium and it fits like a extra small.
Yeah, make it a extra large.
Of course, I did expand a little bit.
I'm going to be a busy boy out there doing the the parents point judging and the induction of Larry's airplanes, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to have a couple of busy days.
Got to turn your camera and mic on it, David.
Yeah.
So Howard, how did you do at the Nationals there?
I haven't been there yet.
The Northwest Regional now.
Northwest there.
I came in 5th.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, the varsity was there, so.
I talked to Paul this morning. You know.
Oh, he doesn't return my calls. So. What did he have to say?
Well, actually, I had called him and left a message. I wanted to talk to him a little bit more about this Randofill product.
Oh,
I'd like to use it on this. I'm getting ready to shoot the primer or that stuff onto this big twin. I got to do it Monday of next week or Tuesday of next week. And the airplane was covered with carbon applied with non-taunting Randolph's dope back in 2014. So it's pretty well cured. I'm going to scuff it up with a scuffy pad and clean it up. And I wanted to ask him if he thought that if I use Randofill, could I use the car paint over it? Because we have this really high quality De Beer European car paint that only takes about 2 fluid ounces to do the whole airplane. That stuff covers really well. It's very light.
oh.
And but I wanted to make sure it would go over a butyrate product. Years ago, I did something like that and sprayed the clear on, and then the filler coat came through the paint and destroyed an airplane.
Hmm.
So I want to, but he didn't know if it would or not. He didn't want to venture a guess. So
Yeah, Randofill that's the hot item on the West Coast.
yeah, I got some, and I'm anxious to try it, but I'm scared to do it on. So I'm probably going to use that De Beer 3-part white sealer, the primer sealer, real thin coat of that, because this airplane is like flawless. It's so flat. There's no dings or dents in it anywhere. I think 1 coat of the primer sealer sanded real well, and then 2 ounces of this De Beer car paint, which is a Valspar. Valspar owns the company, but it's a European company. And my friend Joel Costantino, who does Barrett Jackson level restorations on cars, he said this is the best paint he's ever sprayed. He said it's the easiest to spray. It lays down and it covers. You know, it used so little. We bought a quart of it. It was $400, and this Porsche cream. You know, so you see my cream Caprice and the twin rudder twin, and did those. And then my friend Tom Huff won halvesies with me. He painted 2 airplanes, and we still have more than half the can left.
Is it water-based?
No, this is has a reducer. Or thinner, has a thinner. This is not, you can catalyze or non-catalyze. We shot it non-catalyzed, air dry. And then we shot, polyester clear or urethane clear over it. And it worked out great.
Same brand of Claire?
No, we used whatever Joel uses. I'm not sure what brand he uses for the cars.
Mm.
You ever see some of his cars he did? Boy, he does unbelievable work. GTOs and Anglias and Corvettes. Mm-hmm. He did a $200,000 Corvette. Gorgeous car. He knows his stuff. The only thing I got to be careful with Joel is pressing the trigger too hard. I watchdog the weight. I'm going to put that Blue Angel away before it rolls off my table. I am paranoid about that.
Yeah,
they put some chocks out.
Yeah.
long as you don't open the window, it should be all right. Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Let's see. Our chat say use the Aerogloss sparingly. I may only have the last can left. No, I got 3 cans. And then Top Brent said, "Howdy, guys."
Howdy,
Is
howdy, Brent.
that Brent Williams?
Yeah, not to be confused with Brent Crude. But it's something we hear about a lot these days. Different guy.
All right. I got another show and tell thing I can do real quick.
Okay.
When I started doing these electric airplanes, you don't have robust motor mounts to mount the paint stand, kind of mount to the paint stand.
Oh, yeah.
So what I do, and I mentioned this before to everybody, I make essentially what I call a shoe that goes in and keys to the slot in the second former, which I make out of plywood, and that holds my battery in place too. And I key this right into the battery mount. So,
let's see it.
Well, I'm gonna relax. So this is the thing I made. And you have the tab that goes in the battery mount, and I'll take you over to the airplane here.
That's a good idea.
And here's the airplane. And I'm gonna just slide this. I try to hold the camera and do this at the same time. It's hard. Except the bolts are catching onto the magnet. I'm going to put this down and then I'll bolt it in place and then I'll show it to you. So move along until I get that done.
Groovy.
There wood sitting up there.
Hi, John.
Hi,
Hi, John. I can hear you.
how you doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just looking at that wood sitting up there in the corner there.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a small sampling of the wood we have.
I know.
I just got some from Larry's house, a huge box of wood. And
You adopting any of us yet?
and about 95% of it, literally, or more, is quarter grain.
Really?
And he's got wood there from the 50s. And I got a huge box full of it. Huge box.
You might have the last reasonable hoard of balsa in the country.
Well, there were several boxes. Other people got some too. He had so much stuff. He had over 1,000 model airplane engines, several, probably like 30 or 40 Nelsons brand new in the box.
What for?
He had combat special Foxes. He had cases of Fox 15s. So, the Fox 15 Hurl can go on for years and years now.
Oh, that's good to know.
So anyway.
And a whole bunch of napkins, right, Mom?
What's that?
A whole bunch of napkins, right?
Oh, yeah, he had napkins. Yeah. Of course, everybody who showed up had to wear a flannel shirt,
He used to collect napkins, man.
I'm going to. Okay, there it is in the airplane. Now I'm going to get the spit. Anybody knows, like at his wake, everybody had flannel shirts. Everybody, and he was buried in a flannel shirt. That was Larry.
That was Larry, yeah. Did he have his tin cup with him?
What's that?
Did they bury him with his tin cup?
Actually, they didn't bury him with it, but it was in front of the casket. And we saw that the other.
I just think it would have been cool.
One of his other friends got that. He had several hundred kits there, boxes of glow plugs. I mean, boxes of them. props. He had about 70 airplanes in the basement, some of which were his, but most were other people's. Okay, so now, make me big again. Ooh, I think fell right out of its holder. Hold on a second. Gotta put the my wife's iPad back in the holder. Okay, so if you make me big again for just a second, Darth Bark.
You're big.
You're
I'm
big.
big. Am I? Okay, I can't see myself big, but that's okay. So there's the spit and the. I'll just pick up the airplane here.
Funny looking nose, right?
I can pick the whole airplane up by the spit.
Look at that.
And it's got a rotisserie, so you can turn it, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works good. That's that.
Good.
Well, as they say, good on you, bud.
Well, you know, it's been a thrill for me getting back in the shop. I've been out of the shop almost all winter, except for the couple of times I've been down here with you guys on the videos. I haven't been able to work. I've been vegging most of the winter, sitting in a chair because I'm in so much pain. So getting these epidural shots at a decompression table and doing everything I had to do, I'm actually a little more mobile, and I've been down in the shop working for the first time, you know, regularly for the last couple of days, in like 6 months.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, feels
Glad
good.
you're feeling better.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling perfect, but I'm feeling better.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thank everybody for their thoughts and prayers, because I could feel it. A lot of people have been thinking about me, and I know that. I appreciate it.
Who keeps dinging? What is that dinging?
I want to draw your attention to this red airplane over my shoulder. For those of you who don't know, that's an inside joke.
Mm-hmm. Well, excuse me, gentlemen, I have to blast off.
Be good. Say hello to Mary Lou.
Okay.
Be careful.
See you, Howard.
Bye.
Good night.
Take care.
How do you feel, John?
Me? I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah?
I just with a little bit of help from AI, I've just finished writing 12 songs. So
Wow.
now I'm working on that. Stick around afterwards a bit, Bob. I'll discuss it with you.
Yeah.
Are you practicing for Santa Claus early this year?
I'm ready any day, anytime. Shoot, my cat loves my beard. She'd sit there, put her paw in there and do this.
Yeah.
Have to watch her because every once in a while she'll stick her claws in there. She gets carried away.
So how's it feel to be 83?
It's not that critical of an age yet.
That's good.
You know that 83 is the new 82.
I thought it was the new 38. I don't
It's
feel
the new
that
82.
good.
I hate to tell you.
Yeah, I wish I did
Yeah.
feel like that. Holy smokes. Somebody tried to get in here.
Yes, something's dinging in it.
Maybe Beavis and Butthead are on our way in again.
Oh no.
I haven't gotten any notifications.
Good.
Yeah.
I think it's David's phone ringing him.
Yeah.
Right back.
Yeah, we've kind of curtailed the Butthead crew.
Good.
I got to punch out. It's dinner time over here. See
All
you.
right.
Bye bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Take care, Jim.
That That airplane's looking pretty good on your bench here. About done with her?
Yeah, I just painted the underside of the stab tonight. I'm gonna put the checkers on it tomorrow, I think, and then I'll clear it. Should be ready to go for Brodak.
There you go. That's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
But 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hit it
It
on
really looks
anything.
nice.
I've got it all pretty much all cleaned up from the last time I flew. It's been what year was it? Gotta look and see. 3 years ago I flew it.
You know, Norm Whittle says that he was the one that actually designed that airplane.
Well, not exactly, but I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
Norm Whittle designed an airplane called the Playboy,
Yeah.
and Tom liked it so much he bought it, took it apart, and built the Monado. And then the Monado evolved, which is the same airplane as this, only an I-beam wing.
Yeah.
Then he built this style airplane, and then Tom Lay was going to star in a movie, and he wanted to fly this Continental in this movie, and Tom said no, and he built the trophy trainer and painted it the same as this. So this
Okay.
all the lineage came from Norm Whittle.
All right.
Yeah, Roger Barrett had a Playboy too.
Yeah, I just passed on a Norm Whittle airplane, foam ring cores, sheeted, everything ready to go. Stabbing elevators. I don't know if the flaps are in there. And
What's that?
fuselage was built like you are doing with 16th inch balsa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
formed
that a Sultan?
Sultan, yeah.
Yeah.
And I passed that on to Brent because Brent really likes flying them. So I realized I'd never get it built. So Brent will.
Think Norm will ever come back?
I would love it if he would. I really would. I like the man.
He gets pissed off really easy.
He does. But then, you know, but the thing is, I really liked him. He really, when he wanted to learn about a subject, he dove in and
Oh yeah. He's a good pattern flyer too, RC pattern flyer.
Yeah. He's also a pretty dang good silent flight guy.
He has a real interesting way of finishing monocoat over silk span.
Yeah, he taught me that. Yeah, I agree with him. It's a way to go. It really is a durable finish. It doesn't weigh as much as a painted finish, but it's real strong. And I've got two planes that are done that way. And one of them's over 20 years old, and the other is about 15 or 16 years old. Haven't had to take an iron to them yet. They don't sag.
Well, the fuselages are painted anyway. I mean,
yeah.
And then I think he covers them with urethane, but
yeah.
they come out real nice.
They do. They're beautiful airplanes. He flew them very well. You know, he's a good pilot, dedicated pilot. Like I say, I really liked the guy. I miss not flying with him. He was fun to be around at times.
He used to live here.
Did he?
Yeah.
He used to live in California too.
Yeah. Emil Kedro punched him out. Of course, Emil Kedro punched me out too.
Sounds like Emil Kedro had a problem.
He did. He was a nut. He had a 57 Chevy that was yellow on the left side and blue on the right side. I said, Emil, why is the car painted two-tone? He said, so the cops don't know, you know, what color car it is. Okay, great.
Shoot.
Stories.
Well, I tell you what, just looking at that fuselage for that Sultan that I gave to Brent, man, that guy, he knew how to build. He really did. And how to design.
Well, I think where that came from, that particular style of building came from J&J Hobby. Ask him if you see him. Ask him if he remembers J&J Hobby. They used to have an airplane half of a, I don't know, I could have been a P-40 or P-51 or whatever, and it was little sticks, 1/8-inch stringers inside,
Yeah, yeah,
skinned with 16th-inch wood, molded wood. It weighed nothing,
yeah,
zero.
yeah. His fuselage, it had like a 1/8 inch square stick fuselage, and then it had the molded 16th inch balsa on it.
Yeah, ask him if he remembers J&J Hobby. I think that's where that came from. That style of building.
But it's light, I tell you, it is very light and strong.
Yep.
He
Oh,
had, he had
couldn't
cross
twist that
pieces.
fuselage.
He had cross pieces on the top and bottom, crisscross and 1/8 inch pieces, and that took care of the twist, and it was pretty amazing little airplane way it was built. But like I say, I realized I would never get it built. It took me almost a year to put together an SV11R with the way my hands work. They don't work, and that's the problem, And so I figured if it takes that long to do an ARF, imagine how long it'd take to do a real stunt ship. I mean, a real stunt ship.
Well, it took me 3 years to put together a quick build ringmaster that I didn't finish. I sold off to
I find that hard to believe, Sparky.
But while you were building a ringmaster on the side, you built about 37 stunt ships.
Yeah, well, that's true. I just wasn't into it.
I've seen you build planes like you got on the bench there in 3 weeks.
11 days.
He can accidentally build an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 days I built that. Fastest I've done is 11 days, and I won the Spirit of 64 with it.
And that's including finish, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I built a Saturn in a week, but that wasn't including finish. The whole airplane was done in a week, but the finish took longer.
Right.
I remember the little club we had there in between, well, it was between Glendora and Covina, where we actually were. We had a contest. It was a 2-week contest. What you had to do, you started on Friday night, and you had to have the plane ready to fly on Monday. And then if you did that, then on the next Saturday we'd have the contest. But it had to be built over the weekend.
Airplane, a full stunt ship or profile? Or what were
anything that you wanted to fly in the contest. I mean, we weren't flying full. We were kids. We were trying to fly the pattern, but we weren't any real great guys at it. We could fly it, but we didn't know we were flying it too little, too small, in the wrong place, improper entrances. We were still doing lazy eights instead of AMA eights, that kind of stuff. Oh, it looks like they shot him in the back. He's still moving.
Nope. I think his modem gave out. He'll be back.
Yeah. I had that trouble until I got the new service in here, and it's been wonderful. Now the old service, they wanted to do all kinds of things to get me back, and I said, "You had your chance." I said, "You had a year to try to figure out how to fix the problem." It got to the point, Sparky, where I was getting kicked off every 5 minutes.
I locked up there for a minute.
We
Yeah.
saw that.
I'm back.
Did you ever go to Ed's Covina Hobby, John?
Yeah.
I told a story tonight about looking over the counter and putting thumbnail marks in the wood. And Ed saying, "You boys back there putting thumbnail marks in that wood?" No, sir.
You know, wasn't it, didn't Ed's son take it over later?
I don't know. I just remember the old man.
I went in there back in the 80s, and I hadn't been in there since, the late 50s, early 60s before. And I went in there, and by golly, I recognized this guy, but he looked the same as he looked when I was going in there as a kid. And I thought, this can't be the same guy, but he looked almost identical to him. And so I told him, I says, "Dang, I remember you when I used to come in here as a kid." He said, "This guy remembers." This guy's older than I am, and he's telling me. So he must have had a kid that took it over. But that kid, unfortunately, looked exactly like him.
You wouldn't mistake Art Schaefer from Art Schaefer Jr. No way.
Yeah.
You've been in Schaefer's Hobby, right?
No, I haven't. I never made it into Schaefer's Hobby.
Well, now it's all beads and shit, but it used to be all airplanes and stuff.
No, we had a hobby shop just outside of town, on the east side of town. Mrs. Myers, she had a little house there, and she had a hobby shop, and she had, besides the crocheting stuff and the sewing stuff and the craft stuff, she had model airplanes, model airplane engines. She must have known what she's doing, because she had good kits, and she had good wood, and she had good engines. None of that garbage stuff,
Well, when you lived there in West Covina, did you ever go to Cranes, Trains, and Hobbies on Hacienda Boulevard?
No. See, I actually didn't live in West Covina. I lived just up the road over that little hill in Glendora.
Oh, yeah. Cranes, Trains, and Hobbies had real good wood.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. They used to build model bridges out of them and shit.
Oh, yeah. The FHA does that. They have that part of the contest. Yeah, you could go certain times of the year, you could buy all of the 1/4-inch square balsa wood you could ever want. We'd go in and buy rolls of it for the balloon bust contest. You know, how we flew our balloon bust? I don't know who taught us to do it this way. We'd set up 5 balloons, and we'd get an airplane on the line so we could make sure they're in the right place. If you stood on the mark, you got a good chance. But there was 10 points for each balloon. So if you just went through and went pop, 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 you got 50 points. But you got another 10 points for every balloon you flew over before you popped a balloon. So if you flew over 4 balloons and popped the last one, you got 50 points. Same as if you blew them all. Well, if you blew them all, you got 50 points, you got no more to go. If you fly over and you take out the last one, then you fly over the next, you get 40 points, then you get 30, and then 20, and then you get the 10 points. So what does that come out? It comes out to 200 some odd points, I think. So that's how we would run our balloon bus.
I won't be flying any of those.
out of the gyro.
Yeah. You ever go to Tony and Addie's?
Oh yeah, just go in there all the time.
Where's that at?
Burbank.
Nah, never been there.
That Tony and Addie's. Actually, I think it was the cartoon movie Cars. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene in there where they're in this little taco shop or something. There's all these, and behind her you can see there in the background of the set there It's a comic set. It's all drawn. But there's Tony Natty's hobby
Wow.
shop
Wow.
in the back. It's not listed as Tony Natty's DNA, but
Mhm.
it is Tony Natty's. If you've ever been there, you recognize the location. You know,
He was a great guy, and she was a nice lady too.
they were both, yes.
Yeah. He passed away young.
They did, especially Tony.
Tony, yeah. His mother was pretty up there. I met her at VSC. She came out with the big job. She helped design that. She built it, and they came
Didn't
out.
she design it? I thought she designed it.
Huh?
I thought she designed it.
She did. I think she designed it, and she flew it out there.
Yeah,
I think, well, he flew it for her, but she designed it. Yeah.
yeah. I remember seeing her building it when I went in there to pick up some stuff. You know, last time I was there. No, I got there after that one time.
You saw her build the one he flew at VSC. The original one was way back.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
before.
She built the new one.
Yeah,
That was
the other one was built at
in
like
the article.
50 or 51, someplace back there.
Yeah, yeah. She was way advanced for its time too, to be honest with you. She had a good wing, thick wing, long moment.
Were you at BSC when Wendy flew his take apart big job, Bob?
Yeah, the purple one.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
I still like Bob's Frisky Pete.
Yeah.
You still have that plane?
No, a guy offered me way more money than I could turn down for it.
Oh,
I built that in about 4 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I decided I wanted to fly old time, threw that thing together, and I swear, because I had it in a little airplane, a little box that looked like a little T that would fit in there, and I took it on the airplane with me the day after I shot the Imran, and I swore while I was in the airplane I could smell the Imran gassing off.
That was a cute little airplane. It flew well for you.
On the second flight of that airplane, it won the first round at VSC.
Yeah.
I took it over. Well, I was on 12,000 solids. And Billy helped me. We went over to the grass circle by the pond, and I asked those guys. I said, "Look, I'm up really early here. Can I get a quick test flight in? I've never flown it." And they said, "Sure." So I flew it, and then they called me. So Billy walked the lines right over to the circle, or right over to the pull test.
So you didn't even get a trim on it.
Yeah, it flew right off the board, and we got a pull test. Bill Lee gave us a pull test, and we ran out in the circle, started it, and won the round.
Wow.
Yeah. That was fun.
Which one was it? Oh, you forgot to do the triangle and
Which year? It wasn't a triangle. It was old time stunt pattern.
oh, okay.
4 years in a row, I won the first round, and then I forgot something in the second flight.
I will never forget watching you go put that plane up, and all of a sudden guys are all around the circle there with their flip cards.
Well, that was Bob Foster and his wife. They went out there with cue cards, they held up loop, square. Yeah. Funny. I got the pachyderm award, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Well, even Mark Kopinski won the pachyderm once that I know of.
And all but one time I flew a borrowed airplane. I flew Lou Olgas Reinhardt 50s Internationals winner. That was a great airplane.
You know what? One of the best things about the VSC being on run is it was so much fun, first off, but it got some of us West Coast guys never had seen some of the East Coast designs flying and vice versa.
And vice versa, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of really good because it turns out that some of those classic planes are still quite competitive today.
Absolutely. I remember I'd never seen an Electra fly. I'd never seen a Tempest fly until I went out there. Yeah. Actually, I take that back. I did see a Tempest fly. It was in '73. Andy Lee and I drove out to the Nationals together, and we were going down the ramp where we were flying at Oshkosh, and going towards the stunt circle for the first time. And it was so windy that my mother's Rambler sedan was listing over about 10 degrees. It was horrendously windy.
Wow.
And I'm looking in the distance, and this little mint green airplane in the far distance is carving a pattern that was just unbelievable. The bottom
that had to be Bart.
It was Bart, and he
Yeah.
and I said, "Who's that?" I got there. He said, "Well, that's the content. That's the event director." I said, "The event director flies that good?" I was ready to pack up and just go home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That Tempest was an Electra with a different fuselage.
Yeah, I know. It had the same wing.
Same wing, same stab elevator. Oh, he had a little bit of change on around the wing tip.
Mm-hmm.
But I drew the plans for both of them, the digital plans, and basically I just had to make a few little changes for the wing and the stab and elevator.
I always liked the Tempest.
Tempest looks like a sexy little machine.
I had never seen a Roadrunner until I went to VSC.
Oh, I remember seeing that. Yeah, that was beautiful.
And you know who called me today? And we were on the phone for about an hour and a half. Joe Bowman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Called me out of the blue. I haven't talked to him in 10 years.
What's he up to these days?
He's retired. He's got some real bad issues with, and he can't fly anymore. Control line, but he's building stick and tissue airplanes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah,
he was one of the only pilots that year that was it 2004 or something, when it got so windy on the second round of Classic, that only Billy, myself, Bob Whiteley, Carl Shoup with the Belfry bound, Joe Bowman, and I think maybe somebody else. There's only a handful of us flew the second round because it was so windy.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a bad wind.
Remember that? Is that the one where we all wound up sitting in that building?
No, that was another year. That was the year that they had to call off the second day.
Yeah. Okay.
And the story about that is, this is a good story. That's when they only had 2 circles before they went to the third circle with that 3 rounds. And you fly in one circle one day, and then you fly in the other circle the next day. They had the scores together. That's how they did it back then. And Billy was on one circle, and of course we drove out together. And I was on the other circle, and I won my circle, and Billy won his circle. And the next day, it dawned at about a 40-mile-an-hour wind. And Cavill said, we're not going to destroy these airplanes. So he said, we're calling it off. And what he did was he gave first place trophies to each circle. So we each won first place. And all the way home, all Billy could say for 2,750 miles, I want to kick your ass. I want to kick your ass.
Competitive to the end. That's one of the reasons why he was such a good pilot,
Oh my gosh, we had a lot of fun. The only time those trips home weren't fun is when he either didn't win or that year we tied. We both had first. Other than that, there were nice rides home when he won. When he didn't win, man, I couldn't get home fast enough.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's places, in my lifetime, there's a lot of nationals I would have liked to have gone to. Yeah. Unfortunately, they were all out east, because it's just too dang far to go for me.
Yeah.
But
I went to VSC 9 years in a row, straight through driving out and straight through driving back. You can't tell me it's too far to go.
Hold on, guys. It's that time. You guys on YouTube watching, I appreciate you watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. More importantly, leave a comment. And of course, we always have an after party, or they usually have an after party. So you got to go from YouTube, but you don't got to go from here. And I'll see you tomorrow. Let's see here. I already set this up. Thanks for watching. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
Well,
hold on.
I'll tell you, Bob. I understand exactly what you're saying, but you got to look at